paint foreplay, paint's getting places that they're definitely gonna have to take medication for later. Guys, I'm so glad you could make it. Come on in, take a seat, and let's talk about Bachelor in Paradise. You're probably wondering what's going on with my hair here. I saw Katie on last night's episode put her hair in a bun using a clip, and I was inspired, so I wanted to do it. No more using ties like a peasant. That's a lie. I'll use ties as soon as this video wraps. Okay, let's get started. But before we get started, be sure to subscribe because I put out new videos every single week, and it helps me a whole bunch now. Let's get to the action. Starting off hot, Dean goes home because he breaks up with Kaylin, and it's because he doesn't want a relationship, and that's what Paradise is. It's for relationships, so I think this is a good call. Unfortunately, we saw at the end of the episode that apparently he's coming back, you know, because he shaved his mustache, and apparently that means he's a new man, but whatever. Then we go to Goose and Crystal's wedding, and it's 95% Bachelor and Bachelorette contestants, and it made me wonder, do they have friends that aren't from the show? Or family? The real cringe moment is when Nicole is trying to hang out with Clay, obviously, because she knows Angela's going to be there, his ex. And she's just, you know, trying to talk to him, trying to engage him in a conversation. And the whole time, Clay is just like this. Is that Angela? Was that Angela over there? I saw brown hair. Is that Angela? Yeah, the whole time. Okay? Not making eye contact, not talking to her. It was just really uncomfortable. Kaylin's upset because Dean left until 3 hot guys walk in, and then suddenly she's all like... JPJ says that Derek is manipulative, but like, how? The wedding vows were actually super sincere and almost made me tear up a little bit, so I was kind of like, I thought this was gonna be a publicity stunt, and they just did this here because they wanted the free wedding, but it was actually super romantic. There's so much of the show that was taken up about, you know, Angela and Clay and Nicole, and it's just like, either trust him to be at the wedding with his ex, or Clay should have come back with Nicole because she didn't have a seat at the reception, and knowing that she was probably insecure about the whole him seeing his ex thing, that would have been a good move. So I'm thinking that him and Nicole are not going to be lasting, especially now that Angela's here. Connor, you might remember from Hannah's season, who left the post-it notes everywhere and was super precious, even though she was like vomiting on him. He sees Kaylin. You know, Kaylin has a crush on him, apparently. All these people apparently have crushes on all these other people, and it's like, okay, but like, is it just because they're there? Anyway, he ends up being like super like deep and everything, and they're sitting in the moonlight, and he says, yeah, you know, sometimes you're just looking for the right person. Sometimes they could be sitting right in front of you. So then I was all, well, Connor's not on the show though, so is Kaylin gonna walk off the show to go date him off screen? No, that'd be silly. Why give up this free publicity? So they put Connor on the show. And at first he like talks to Christina and this other chick, I can't remember who it was, in addition to Kaylin. I was like, if he picks someone other than Kaylin after he just made out with her the night before, that would be trash. But then he picks Kaylin, so we're chill. But also at the wedding, Clay has to pull aside Angela and have like a deep talk, and he talks about how she's a sweetheart and how he cares about her so much, and he puts his freaking hand on her dress, and I was so salty about this. I was like, dude, you better hope Nicole doesn't see this because you will die. And like, that is just so sketchy and just not cool, and it's just like unnecessary. So moving back to the fact that Connor is now on Paradise, he gets a date card and he asks Kaylin on the date, and their date is just like them rolling around in paint foreplay, paint's getting places that they're definitely gonna have to take medication for later, and they didn't even make a good piece of artwork, but they got to shower together, so cool. The episode ends with Clay talking about how hard it was to leave Angela and that he's never shed that many tears in his life. And I'm like, nah, bro, I'm pretty sure you shed a lot of tears when you didn't get into the NFL and it caused your whole life crisis that led you to break up with Angela, but that's just me. Okay, guys, that's it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you think that Clay putting his hand on Angela's dress was trash, but I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to subscribe because I put out new videos every single week and it helps me a whole bunch. Subscribe.